Climate change is taking a toll on mankind. From drought to other forms of extreme weather, the whole world is feeling the wrath of Mother Nature. Climate action therefore needs to be all-inclusive. The indigenous community of East Africa and the Horn ensured this formed the agenda when they held a meeting in Nairobi this week. Over 2,400 participants discussed the role of indigenous communities in conservation. According to Mali Olekaunga, the director of Indigenous Movement for Peace and Advancement and Conflict Transformation Impact, conservation must be inclusive in order to yield good results.
The kind of conservation we're experiencing that excludes people from their own lands, but also from conservation areas, needs to be reversed. We need people who play a lot of bigger roles in terms of contributing also their own land, but also their own knowledge, but also resources in terms of how conservation is being framed. I think there's been a lot of negative issues coming about conservation, that indigenous and local communities are against conservation. They are not. They are only claiming their rights and their space and also benefits, ensure that there are benefits in conservation.
Indigenous communities' daily activities that involve cattle are sometimes seen as harsh to the environment. The group seeks to dispel the misperception. According to Shoba Liba, the indigenous communities' hands are tied due to unregistered parcels of land that could enable them to fully participate in conservation.
If these community land are registered, many of these conflicts that we are now grumbling with, and some areas are already declared operation area, may come to an end. So this is what we are emphasizing: peace for the community, development for these lands, and ownership for our community land. And we support community conservancy.
As Shoba claims that their participation is limited due to registration of their lands, which still belongs to the government, it poses a barrier to their full participation in conservancy. Akilas Koko believes that the only way to have them participate is to expedite the registration of their lands and include indigenous people in conservation.
Part of these commitments are the struggle, the long engagement and the strong struggle of all indigenous peoples and local communities from all regions of Africa to defend their right, to claim for recognition and protection of their right to land and territories, and to improve their living conditions as custodians of biodiversity and nature.
Beryl Ringos, KTN News.